Hello guys, welcome back to Punjabi Kitchen. My name is Chandeep Singh and I'm going to show you today how to make whole wheat flour cookies. To make whole wheat flour cookies, we've got a few ingredients here and I'll show you the ingredients first. Okay, the ingredients here we have is 1 cup of whole wheat flour, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, half a cup of sugar, it's caster sugar, about 2 teaspoons of cardamom powder, that's about 1/4 cup of milk, you can use full cream milk, and this is 1 cup of butter or 100 grams of butter you can take. Make sure it's cold and it's not, you haven't melted it, and just cut into small pieces like this. And we have some oil to spray the tray before it goes in the oven, and brush, some cookie cutter, or you can use something like that to cut it and make shape of it, a mixing bowl. So let's get started. To make the whole wheat flour cookies, we will take the flour, whole wheat flour, in the bowl. Now we will add the baking powder to it, mix it in. You can use an electric mixer or electric whisk or something like that to it as well, but I just like to do it with hand because it's done properly and I love it. Now we will add the butter to the flour and mix it in properly. Once it's mixed in, you see the crumbs, it's more like a breadcrumb sort of thing coming out of the flour. Now you can see the breadcrumby texture of the flour. It's like crumbs. It's all mixed in well. Now the next thing we'll do is add the sugar to it. Beautiful. Mix it in. You have to make it mix well. Okay, looks like it's all mixed in well. Now the next thing I'd like to do is to add the cardamom powder. Cardamom brings a nice taste to the atta biscuits. Cardamom in now. Mix it in again. Smells divine. Now wheat flour biscuits in Punjabi are called as atta biscuits and are very famous. People like to have them while having a tea or coffee. They're very nutritious as well and obviously delicious. Now it's all mixed in well, guys. Looks like a breadcrumb in it. The next thing I'd like to do is add milk. Don't add whole milk at the one time, so slowly add and keep mixing, because we don't want to make it runny. We just want to make it a dough, like a roti dough or a naan bread dough sort of thing. Now guys, if you see a consistency like this, it might need a little bit more flour. So I have some flour on the side. I'm going to add it in. Just add slowly, not too much, and mix it, because we want to make sure when we roll it to make cookies, it's not sticking to the chopping board or bench or wherever you're rolling it on. But when you add flour, you got to make sure you mix it really well, because we don't want that flour sitting on one side and once the cookie is cooked we have a burnt flavor. As you can see, this little bit more flour is needed because of its runniness, so I'm just going to add a little bit more flour. And once the dough is ready, I'll show you the right consistency so you can make sure how to get it. Just move this around. And you can see it's getting better. Alright, that should be it. I'll just move things around. So we only used half of the milk we took in the container. We had in the ingredients 1/4, but we only get to use the half of it. So just make sure the consistency is right. If I add this milk too much in it, then I'll have to add more flour to it and all that. So I'm not going to use the whole lot of the milk. Keep kneading it for a little while. Alright guys, here's our dough. Now we're going to lay the dough like this on the bench. I'm going to use a roller pin to roll it down. The thickness should be about 1/2 inch. Don't roll it too thin. Now use this cookie cutter, whatever you have, to make the shapes of the cookies. Like that. I'm going to remove all the excess flour. Okay, so that's the shapes of the cookies we have. That's the excess flour. You can roll it again, knead it a little bit, and do the same thing and make more cookies out of it. So we are not wasting this flour. Let's now spray the oven tray. I'm going to spray the oven tray, not too much, just so it's not very, I've got to make it a little bit greasy. Okay, now what I'm going to do is, just for extra protection, because sometimes from the base the cookies get burnt, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to add this baking paper to it. So here goes the baking paper. So I'm going to lift it like this, each cookie, and put it in the tray. Lift it in the tray. Lift it in the tray. Beautiful. The aroma of these cookies is awesome because of the cardamom. It just enhances the flavor and fragrance. Once they are in the tray, now we will add, we will put this in the oven. This is a preheated oven on 180 degrees. It should take about 20 to 25 minutes, but we got to keep checking it in the meanwhile so it's not getting burnt. We just want the golden brown color on the cookies, not too black or dark or not too burnt on it. So yeah, just put it in and we'll just wait and watch. Alright guys, here we have is the atta biscuits ready. Beautiful color. You can see the nice color of it. So I'm going to put this in this tray. So when you take it out of the oven, make sure you let it cool down on a room temperature. Otherwise it's very hot and can stick to the paper. Okay, here we have, all good. As I said, like, you know, let it cool down. All the other cookies didn't stick, but apart from this one, that's because I tried to peel it out when it was burning hot, like, you know, and so let it cool down. Our cookies are ready. You can see the crunchiness of it. Okay, here we have is our cookies. Beautiful color, nice and crispy, very cheap than market, and it's very nutritious as well, as I mentioned before. Thank you for watching the video. You know, for more updates, please subscribe to Punjabi Kitchen, and we also have a blog, punjabikitchen.info. Please log on to it and have a look for written recipes. Thank you for watching video, guys. Thank you.